Spoiler alerts on the way. The Netflix documentary, the #1 movie, they put under movies in the world, Unknown Number, with some saying the worst mom in America, one of them for sure.
Mm-hmm.
She catfished her own daughter. And Katie, if you want to break it down, we do have our official attorney, Lisa Lanier, going to join us to tell us what law she actually broke.
Yeah, I definitely think she is up there for one of the worst mothers ever, especially just given the things she said to her. You know what I mean?
Nasty mom for sure.
Yeah, so on Unknown Number, the high school catfish, her name is Kendra Licari. That's the mom's name. And she was charged with 2 counts of stalking a minor, 2 counts of communicating with another to commit a crime, and 1 count of obstruction of justice. And if you're like us, we're like, what do all those mean?
And I want to know, too, about the cyberbullying, if you can be charged for just bullying somebody on social media or text.
And Jason wants to know what the statute of limitations are on that for himself.
Right.
For some of the text.
Thank you for comparing me to this mom.
No, we were not. We were not.
It could be a different level.
Sure. So we do have our official attorney, Lisa Lanier, on the phone to break it down for us. Good morning, Lisa.
Hey, good morning. I haven't had a chance to watch this documentary yet, but I'm fascinated by it, and it's on my list. Have you watched it?
Yes.
You have, right?
Yes.
You're always way ahead of me on that. So, yeah, definitely up there for some of the worst moms. The stuff that she wrote, she wrote very threatening things to, and it wasn't just her daughter, it was to her daughter's boyfriend, and a couple of times to friends of the kids, but mainly to the boyfriend and the daughter. The boyfriend's name is Owen, and Lauren, she was 13 at the time.
Yeah.
And, this is a mom who seemed perfectly normal up until this happened. She had an IT job at, I think, a local university. She coached her daughter. Her daughter's very athletic. She coached her in several sports. And then all of a sudden, the lady, she was very social, kind of normal. All of a sudden, she changed, and there were a lot of theories about why she did all this stuff. She had some significant mental health problems. One theory that's fascinating is that she had something called cyber Munchausen by proxy. So, Munchausen is when you fake, illness or even make yourself sick in order to get attention. And then Munchausen by proxy is when you do that to somebody else. But cyber Munchausen by proxy is when you use the internet to do that. And that's,
oh my gosh.
Isn't that crazy? They also said that some people said that she was obsessed with the boyfriend. She was obsessed with Owen.
She definitely is. When you watch it, you'll
100%.
see it.
Yeah,
That's a theory.
Lisa, I didn't even agree with the Munchausen part, like the quote unquote diagnosis, because I thought, no, this is just, she's obsessed. She's living her life.
Obsessed with the boyfriend.
Yeah.
And then the other theory is that she came forward and said, Kendra said that she was raped when she was 17, and that these memories started to flood back when she started to see her daughter hit puberty and have a boyfriend and some of these kinds of things, and that it triggered something in her from a mental health standpoint. So, who knows what her reason is, but the charges. So cyber stalking, is exactly what this lady did. She was threatening. She was, harassing. She was sending 40 to 50 texts a day. Over the course of the time that she did this, there was like tens of thousands of these things.
Wow.
Exhausting.
And they were horrible. And they were, absolutely horrible. So she was charged with these cyber stalking crimes. She was also charged with obstruction of justice because she lied to police and stuff like that. And then the other thing she was charged with was using a computer to commit a crime, 2 counts of that. But those were all dropped except for the cyber stalking. The only reason they were dropped is that the kids didn't want to go through a trial, and she'd already pled guilty to the. So they absolutely had the goods on her for all of it, but the kids, particularly her daughter, said, "Look, she's entered a guilty plea to the 2 charges that have the most serious sentence. I don't want to go through a trial. Let's don't go forward with it."
But they could have. I mean, sometimes
absolutely.
The DA will just want to win a big case. Let me ask you, Lisa. You talked about all those charges. Is cyberbullying on itself? Because there was some, not too long ago, there was some either teenager or girl that actually killed herself because of all the bullying. Mm-hmm. Is that illegal on itself?
Yes, absolutely. That is the central crime that she committed here, was and she actually told her daughter to kill herself.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I mean, that was one of the things that she texted. I mean, this lady was it was awful. And so she was sentenced to 19 months in prison. She's out on parole now, and she has a bunch of conditions, including that she can't have contact with her daughter. That stipulation is only in effect, I think, for like another year and a half. And the daughter, she wants to try to rebuild a relationship with this lady. Kendra's husband divorced her, Sean. He divorced her during, right after all this hit the fan. I mean, he was like, wow, I'm getting the heck away from this. And, it's just sad for this kid, and the kid actually suspected that it was her mom along the way. Like, she started to suspect that.
Wow.
Which is interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if the documentary reflects that, but that's what she says.
It didn't really reflect it so much, but I think that it was kind of alluded to, like, anybody could have been
anybody.
It could have been anybody, because at one point it really was anybody. Any of the high school students, any of the teachers, any of the friends, like everybody was being called into question. That it was like it could be anyone.
And definitely think that, I guess, some of the text that including her like nickname and stuff,
Yes.
it definitely narrowed down who it could have been. So I'm sure that the young lady was just like, no way, my mom could do it, but maybe. I guess at that point you think it could be, like you said, it could be anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the mom was trying to make it look like it was another kid at school, I think, for a long time. And she was using an app that changed her phone number so that it couldn't be traced back to her. But once the FBI got involved, it was all over. So
it's game over.
Yeah.
Now, Jason wants to know if the statute of limitations for cyberbullying. Oh, God. Actually, I want to know because
have you been bullying someone?
Me.
Oh,
in the past.
Me. Got it.
Not this year, but maybe last year, 2 years ago, maybe.
On.
So I just want to know. Maybe I really want to know. No, but seriously, like, what are some penalties you could face? I know it would have to depend on what you're saying and doing, how long, and all that. But
I think what this lady got, she got 19 months in prison. It's pretty typical. It was a pretty. You don't always get that much time. That's pretty harsh. But her conduct was, on the worst end of the spectrum, I think. Sometimes you see cyberbullying. It doesn't go to this level. Not this long and not this relentless. But when you're threatening and harassing somebody using the internet or using the computer, that's what this is. And so this lady. Usually there's structured sentencing and there's guidelines, and I think she got the bigger end of it because it was so bad.
But she got you mentioned the charges, or Katie did. Mm-hmm. She got a stalking charge, but stalking is not necessarily cyberbullying.
But a minor.
Okay.
I'm
wondering if
some jurisdictions don't have cyber stalking laws. You think about this is all sort of quickly evolving, and laws don't evolve that quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So in some jurisdictions, they use regular old-fashioned stalking laws to go after somebody for cyberbullying.
Okay. Well, does everybody here think cyberbullying on itself should be illegal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. I think it causes a lot of damage.
It's generally prosecuted. It's prosecuted even in jurisdictions that don't have cyberbullying laws. It's prosecuted using just regular stalking laws.
And what is the threshold? Like, if somebody says, stop texting me, and you text them again, or is it more threats? I don't think that there is a bright line. It's sort of, kind of depends on the circumstances. But it's going to look to the frequency, the duration, and the content. If the content is threatening, if the content is some kind of unwelcomed, message, and that sort of thing. And it can be, sometimes it's not necessarily threatening. You see, like, a lot of celebrities get stalked by people who have delusions that they're dating them or want to date them. And so it can be, I love you, I want to be with you. But if it's creepy and it goes on, and the volume of it gets to be enough, then that can cross that line even if it's not threatening. What if in a work group text you really want to prove your point about something that was said maybe 14 days ago?
Oh, boy.
And you keep bringing up and sending articles.
That's definitely harassment.
Is that just annoying, or is that illegal?
That is harassment, Jared, and you need to stop.
I want to know for myself.
Oh, that's great.
Okay. Lisa,
she's like, obviously.
You're an idiot. Everyone knows it. No, Lisa, you're awesome. Official attorney of Jared and Katie in the Morning. Thank you so much. If you're ever injured on the job, contact her right away at hireaheavyweight.com. If you're ever injured in general, I'm telling you, I wish I have a good divorce attorney. I wish she was a divorce attorney. I would hire her in 2 seconds. She's so good, just legally. She's like a pit bull for you.
Maybe she'll do that in the future for you in the future.
Oh my gosh.
Kidding.
She gets her
Kidding.
license just because she knows she's going to have a big case with Jared.
She has sat in on some of the
Well,
proceedings.
I don't think you have to have a license, for marriage. I think it's just whatever your profession is in law. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, she has sat in on with the divorce attorneys to give me ideas once we get off about other ideas
Oh.
that aren't. She's sharp.
Savvy.
She's very good, and she's awesome. She's hilarious too.